Can I actually turn on the camera?
Yeah, you can turn on the camera, I guess. Yeah, see, everybody else gave you the retweet.
So, F.Dot's mad that I didn't retweet his tweet right away from the get-go. My bad.
I mean, she said she wasn't going to. That was rough. But everyone else around the office that probably doesn't like that we started our new show, they give us their retweets.
Yeah,
so.
I apologized to the artists. Not esports. Esports is always loud. But I apologize to the artists that literally sit like across the hall from us. And I'm like, guys, it's... I don't know, they're like, it's fine. Because they're used to me and Bart streaming in the closet right next to everyone. Hi, guys. How are you all doing?
Hey, everybody. It's not Halloween anymore, which is good. There's still decorations everywhere, but... I mean, we don't have to deal with... The worst stuff is when you're walking and it's just like a motion censored thing, a motion activated thing.
Yeah.
All over my apartment complex, my neighborhood, even the office, just walking.
But it's not even like scary sounds. It's like really crappy. Remember those like old MIDI file songs where like it was just like computer sounds? That's what it sounds like. It's not actually terrifying. It's just annoying.
It's like an action figure where the batteries are dying. It's just not something I want to see.
Is it loud?
Is it loud?
It might be loud. I can turn it down.
I mean, everybody can turn it down. It looks like we're fine. I'm looking at the levels. There's levels and shit. Looks like we're fine, Kelly. I don't know.
All right.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Loud humming sound. All right. Gonna.
You're always messing with stuff.
How is that?
I can't tell you. I don't have headphones.
I'm asking Chet. Oh. Continue your intro.
All right. Well, all right. I'm supposed to do an intro. Hello, valued viewers. We welcome you to the second episode of Out of Combat. It is my...
to be in combat.
What's up, guys? It's Tom and Kelly. This is episode number 2. If you missed us last week, you can check it out on YouTube. But for right now, stay here. We're gonna get into some fun stuff. We've got it's not Halloween anymore, but we weren't here on Saturday.
Yes.
So we're gonna reflect back on Halloween and can you say it?
Spooky stuff. all the spooky things in SMITE, guys. We did a little teaser before we left last episode with the spookiest sound in SMITE. But we're not going to touch on that just yet.
Uh-oh.
Because we realized that there's actually no update show anymore for SMITE. So we should probably talk about the stuff that's in SMITE, right?
Yeah, it just makes sense. We'll hit some of the recent headlines, I guess. One of the biggest things, if you guys are paying attention to Twitter or chat or PTS, is Clash.
So,
I mean, it's like Siege again.
Yeah.
Siege Take 2?
When I was talking with Scott, I was like, so it's like a Conquest and Siege. He's like, no, it's like Arena.
Xbox or
as well.
Hi-Rez? Which Scott?
Designer Scott.
Okay.
But it is different. It's different than Siege. You don't like the main aspect of Siege is that center minion, the Juggernaut, and
his name is Carl.
Oh, is it Carl? Carl, the middle there, Carl just chilling.
Carl.
There's no one chilling in this map. There's like a red buff right in the middle, but it's super chaotic. Like if you really want less chaos than Arena, where everyone's just kind of kill each other.
Yeah, just go.
But you don't want to think like Conquest. Like, you don't want to think rotations, mid, late game. You just, I want to kill people.
Okay.
And give buffs and Fire Giant. Clash is good for you.
Right.
I was able to play it a little bit in the PTS.
Okay, how was it?
I enjoyed it. Like, I like obnoxious fast game modes. However, it seems like there's a few issues with just how, like, the map's laid out. It seems like the games can go on for 30 minutes, which I know, like, this is supposed to go on for, like, only 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. And there's issues with the way that, or at least people, and Chad, I want to know what you guys think, the way that, like, the base is separated from the Titan.
That was the biggest thing.
That's honestly the biggest, like, difference, or what makes this game mode different and unique.
Is that good or bad?
I don't know. I think it's too soon to say if it's bad. I think it's good. I think it's anything unique and different's good. But that way people can't just, like, turtle. You have to, like, threaten by defending the Titan.
But the other side of that is that I hear people just get murdered in their own base. Like, spawn camped. Like, you just can't leave. Like, I want to help.
Not in your base, but if you try and defend the Titan, yeah, people can kill you a bunch.
So you just get spawn camped.
But it's not. That's the thing. It's not spawn. Where you spawn, where the Titan is like pretty different compared to Conquest.
Okay.
So it's not like, oh, I'm just gonna run back to the pool and I can kind of still defend it if I have a giant AOE or something like that. No, here is the Titan, and here are you, and you have to like make this little journey. It's a small journey, but you still have to
But
like.
I'm still going to stand here and kill you.
Yeah.
I'm still going to stand here and go, ha ha ha, your Titan's that way, and you're this way, you're dead.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to do that the whole time.
Toxic Mage is bringing up a good point that I know some people, and I was watching Moji while she was streaming it. You can walk around towers. Technically, none of the towers defend the lane. The way that the jungle is positioned, you can always like walk around, but the Phoenixes defend the point. Yeah.
So you don't have to do anything.
You can't. No, you still have to destroy the tower to get the Phoenix. That's how Smite works. If you didn't know.
But you could just go around and stand here and camp.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. I'm downloading the PTS. I'm going to download the PTS.
I had fun playing it, but I didn't have the most fun I've had. But again, this is in like super beta, right?
Yeah, it's like, well...
There was like polygon bushes in like the map that I saw. So obviously
is a super beta an alpha?
Technically, according to our video, it's Alpha.
Oh, right. Shout to that.
Or Apla. That's what it was. It's APLHA. Apla.
Well, so it's rough, and this is fun. I like this aspect a lot of what Smite does is they'll put it out, and a lot of times beta gets used for we're just not finished yet. But this very much is this very much is we'll give it a shot. We'll get some feedback and we'll change it. It's not it's out there. We just got to finish out some art assets, so we'll call it beta. It's actually like no, we don't like XYZ, so they're going to change XYZ, which is pretty sweet. So you guys get a chance to like actually impact the design process.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know there's probably some people that don't think that's Hi-Rez or Smite listen to the community, and we're very candid here, guys. We're not going to like. Smite's the best, Hi-Rez is the best, right? But like we really do look at community suggestions with skins and like opinions on god balance and all that kind of stuff. So if you guys do have opinions, the subreddit seems to be the main place that we look to. I'd like to say the forums, but I'd be lying.
I actually can't post on the forums. Once upon a time, so when the forums first came out, I made my name, I made my account, and then at Worlds, before, I don't even think Drybear just got his job here at Hi-Rez, and his official title was forum moderator. That's like, I'm sure he did other stuff, but he was the forum guy. And so I was like, hey, can you hook me up? I want you to change my name on the forum to F dot, like with a period.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, sure. And since then, it's broken. I can't rename, I can't change my password. Anytime I log in, the site like stutters for a sec.
Oh, that's so funny.
And then like, we've experienced an error. And like, I can't change it. It's just screwed. I've even asked Drybear to change it. He's like, dude, I can't. So, I'm sorry, you forum people. Catch me on like Twitter, Reddit, 4chan.
Look, Chaos says he can fix that. Chaos is the best. He fixes everything. Leave it to Chris. That's right, man.
Yeah, so I mean, that's my situation with
the subreddit, everyone. Post to the subreddit.
Yeah.
And our forums. I should probably not say that on our official channel. JK.
But yeah, community is a big part. And that's kind of what we're doing here. We like to sort of open up that conversation to you guys and have all that nonsense going on. So along with community stuff was PAX Australia, which was pretty sweet. And that was where Oceanic, if you guys follow any of the esports, that's where I come in. That's why I'm here. Esports happened. Esports happened this weekend.
Not lots of esports.
I mean,
but
a moderate amount of esports.
New esports, right?
Sure.
Omen Challenge, which isn't that common. Oceanic Tournament. And it was really well. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
And also, Hughes killed it.
Yeah, no surprise there. He's the man. He's been doing it for a while, and he's on like So You Think You Can Cast, but that's sort of like having, I don't know, like Dancing with the Stars with Ricky Martin. He was the first popular dancer I can think of. I guess like Usher, okay? Is Usher a more appropriate? Drake doesn't dance. Did you even see? I can't. See, you're so out of touch. I can't tell if you're making it.
I'm out of touch.
I can't tell if you're making the
I'm
meme
hip
joke.
and cool. I date Bart. I have to be up to date with all the hippity hops.
I don't know if you're making a gesture towards the meme or he's just like, Drake's a guy in the music with the dance. So I'm just going to say, Good for you, Kelly.
Thank you.
Either way, Husey killed it. And if you guys are unfamiliar with all the esports thing that happened this weekend, Avant-Garde is a team that esports everywhere, which is actually really funny. Avant-Garde is the first team that's coming to SMITE World Championships, so be able to get to see them here in North America. But if you guys know Titan, their old coach, Captain Coach, he coaches Avant-Garde. So he'll be at Worlds.
He's so involved.
I don't know if Titan's going to be at Worlds.
Do you think so?
I don't know. There's a lot of SMITE to be played.
Closer to the Super Regionals, and maybe after the Super Regionals, we're definitely going to have, like, not an esports episode, but probably...
An esports
episode, yeah.
I get to do my thing. So we'll have that, and we'll right now we're working through what kind of episodes we'll have.
Yeah.
You know.
And let us know what you guys want, and if you think that there's any good topics to go over, because we try and have a general over topic.
A big bullet point.
And then we have a bunch of sub bullet points. So today's big bullet point is spooky.
Yeah, exactly. Just like that. So if you guys want to do our job for us, it allows us to say community outreach, but really you do it yourself. Tell us what kind of episodes you want, and we'll just do it, and that works out. So spooky is what we're getting into today.
Yes. Spooky stuff.
Spooky stuff. We started last week with the scariest sound in SMITE, and I went to blink right away.
Yes.
I hate being blinked on by Amir.
I don't think blink is the scariest sound, though. I said last time it was Kukulkan's ult. That sound, and there's people giving me crap in chat. When you run away, it's like really easy to dodge. But no, when you're running away from Kukulkan, maybe he hit a tornado on you and hit the 1, so you're slowed, and you're running away, you can't turn back. You can't white girl run away from like a scary movie, right? Where you're like, oh, what's happening? And then you trip and fall. No, you just have to beeline it and hope that you don't die.
I wonder.
Vulcan ult, nah.
Vulcan ult doesn't do well. Vulcan ult, because you hear and then you don't see it on the ground until like the last second.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, we have a god of bees, right? That's ridiculous. Can we have a god of owls, and his passive is the ability to do this?
Athena's like owl-based. She's the goddess of wisdom and war, but she has owls. The only strong animal gods that are in the game.
What?
Athena, she is the goddess of owls, partially.
Really? I need somebody in chat to look that up for me.
No,
I straight up don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Well, that's fine.
Wisdom, owls, I'm starting to believe you.
No, but as far as animal gods go, you're either in Mayan pantheon, maybe Norse, or Egyptians, of course. And I don't think owls really fit any of that.
Sure.
Ooh, you see that truth? Athena's goddess of owls. She is correct. Thank God I went to school for 5 years for ancient history.
Owls?
Well, about history. Mythology is part of history.
Also, by the way, I saw a question in chat. The best freestyle canoeer is Brian Kirk. So, I don't know, you can take your mark out of here. All right? Ornstein got nothing on Brian Kirk. So, spooky sounds in SMITE. The blink still does it for me. Kukulkan, I get it. I still think it's blink because it's usually followed by an Amir or a Serket.
Maybe not a sound that terrifies you, but just a sound that's super jarring. Odin's, when he jumps and lands, I hate that sound. No, it's just like a bunch of metal clangs, and he rah, and it's a really deep rah, and it's just it's really uncomfortable. I'm not a big fan of Odin leaping at me. Right? I don't Odin's not that bad, and he's not scary in general, but that crash sound he makes when he jumps, not a fan.
The one I have to go with, and I swear I'm not trying to Chalk's axe. All right, I'm serious. Do you remember when Chalk first came out, Kelly?
Yes.
One of the biggest changes that Hi-Rez did was, first of all, the axe was this big. All right,
this big? It was as big as Africa.
It was this big. It was as big as this hula hoop.
Dude, he's been holding on to this hula hoop
for 2 weeks.
I don't know why.
But so. The biggest thing was, you'll notice if you look in the old patch notes, they actually mentioned the Chalk axe originally it was cranked up.
The spin?
No, the axe throw.
Oh.
the axe throw was it was like so loud it would distort your speakers, and it was just this like.
Oh, okay, I know exactly what you're talking
and
about.
your game would be like.
Remember when we first changed the match notification, and it was like everything else was at like 20, maybe out of like 100, and it was like 150. Bang! Like you would know if a game started.
You couldn't change it, and it was always this like outdated picture of Odin, just like. And so you'd be like, alt tab looking at anime or something, right? And then all of a sudden you hear.
Speaking of
you
anime,
get Odin in your
if
face.
you like anime, even if you don't like anime, watch One Punch Man. It is phenomenal.
Is it?
Phenomenal.
I've seen you tweet on it.
One of my favorite animes in like the past decade.
So is it like it's about a guy that just can kill you by punching?
Yeah. It's like a parody anime almost about superheroes, but it's really I don't want to talk about it too much.
So he's got let me get this straight. All right.
You just have to watch it.
He just punches things, they die, he just becomes so disillusioned. Yeah. He's like, man, I'm so strong.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. No, it's like a parody anime about superheroes, but it's just really well done. Watch it. And next topic. I will talk about anime for an hour. Okay, you can't get me started.
I'm so happy.
I'm like sweating right now. I'm getting so excited.
Correct. So he's just a dude that punches guys once and he becomes disillusioned about it. So he
not disillusioned, but he's just
jaded.
Yeah, he's just like indifferent about it.
I can do that.
Yeah.
That's so not spooky or interesting at all. But I mean, One Punch Man, sure, if that's what you're into. Maybe that'll be the anime I watch.
You should.
I've never really done anime.
It's
before.
really good.
Do we have any anime skins? Would you consider the work with me, Kelly?
I mean, we do.
You dug this hole.
We do.
You dug this hole. So the Naja DM branded skin, the aggressive inline skin.
Yeah.
Would you consider that anime skin?
No, that's more cyberpunk, steampunk.
Is
I wouldn't say steampunk, but more cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So where would you go with anime skin?
An anime skin? Well, Kawaii Bastet is pretty anime.
Yeah, I always call that Pon Bastet.
I mean, it is Pon Bastet.
That's less anime and more anime convention, right?
Then what's a super anime? Archon Thanatos is mad anime.
Hunbat skin?
Kronos in general is pretty anime. No, Hunbat's is monkey Shaolin. That's not anime.
Based on Dragon Ball Z?
No, so Dragon Ball Z is based off of Sun Wukong. That's Son Goku, Sun Wukong. He has the monkey tails, the staff.
So is Dragon Ball Z to Sun Wukong as Oh Brother Art Thou to Shakespeare? Is it just like a?
It's like an homage. Yeah, it's just
it's not a retelling.
So Sun Wukong is most known for Journey to the West, which Naj is in there, Ao Kuang, a few other gods, and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And this is kind of a homage to that. It's just it's based off of that story.
Okay, well, yeah. Sun Wukong remains badass. Is essentially all I'm getting out of this.
He's pretty badass.
And he goes Super Saiyan.
Well, Sun Wukong doesn't do that. Yeah.
His ultimate does. I mean, his ultimate does everything in the game. It might as well conclude Super Saiyan, right? So, did I say Shakespeare?
You did.
I'm thinking anime. Wrecked. Anyway. Hopefully we've got enough. Have we gotten the anime out of the system?
I'm hoping. You keep bringing it up and it keeps making me nervous.
I'm the one that brings up anime?
You did!
You heard it here first, guys. I'm the anime guy. What do you like the sports ball?
I do. I'm a big fan of the sports ball, getting
you like
them
sports
basket
and
goals.
Rap? You like sports and rap? Is that your angle?
Big fan of the hippity hop.
What's your favorite Future song?
Oh, Bart's gonna be so mad. None of them. Future's not that good. So, favorite spooky skin. We're talking about too many non-SMITE things. Do you not see our background? Do you see any Future posters? The only Future that I see is SMITE.
We should have a Future poster. So, spooky skin, are we doing Halloween-only skins? Or are they just skins that creep us out?
Yeah, skins that creep you out.
Skins that creep
And just the god in general that creeps you out. Chat, let us know right now. What is either your favorite spooky skin? Or do you think is the most terrifying skin or god in the game? I will say this story again. Poseidon's base model, look at his feet, look at his back. He needs a mad pedicure, man. No, it is terrifying. His teeth, he's got jagged teeth. Poseidon is the scariest god in the game. Scariest god. My favorite spooky skin, though. I'm a big fan of Scarlet Coven Isis, mainly because you get to say you suck.
You suck.
You suck. But overall, Cthulhu. The Cthulhu AMC skin. I'm sorry, Dark Whisper.
That's all he does the whole time. I can't understand him at all.
Well, he says like a lot of cool things based off of like H.P. Lovecraft things.
He says awesome backwards. I don't think that's based off of HP anything.
I'm seeing Jack the Reaper as their favorite spooky skin.
Here, right away.
Bakasura?
Bakasura. It's the first thing I look at.
Baka was way creepier when he was a tiny little thing. I believe he looked like this.
And now he worked out and stuff.
Like super buff, like Al Wong, right?
One Punch Man. Although he's many Punch Mans, I guess. But okay, I brought up the enemy then.
You did, yes. Again.
I'm largely just making funny. So Bakasura scares me. I think just the whole concept of Baka, the whole my stomach is gonna eat you and shit, that is not something that I want to really wake up to.
That's true.
He's got the Freddy Krueger hands going on.
Who has the most scariest stomach face though? Xing Chen or Bakasura?
It's Baka because it's alien status, right? Like Xing Chen.
It's just like a face on a chest.
He's like, hey.
He's got nipples for eyes. It's a little funny.
He's like, hey, my eyes are down here, bro.
Or I guess he's got eyes for nipples. Nipples for eyes? Yeah, eyes for nipples. That'd be really
I'd be down.
I made myself.
But the Bakasura, he's just chill, especially now that he's all buff, right? He's just chilling. He's like, yo, what up? Can you imagine you go to a bar, right? The bouncer's just like, dude, we're full. You're like, nah, my friend's in there. I want to go. Nah, dude, we're full. And you're just, nah, man, let me in. And he's just like, no, I said we're full. He just comes at that's the freakiest. I don't want anything to do with that. It's the scare factor, the surprise factor. Just the pure, get out of my house factor.
Yeah, he's pretty creepy. Okay, I'll give it to you. I still think Poseidon is the scariest base model we have.
He's the worst. Sure, base model.
Terrifying.
Poseidon does it, yeah. Poseidon.
Blue baby's also pretty scary.
You gotta zoom in though.
Yeah. You have to be able to see up close.
If you're just chilling from a distance, Poseidon doesn't really do it for me. Just it's the Bakasura. Also, you've been you do all the stuff. So for the Kelly's day stuff, the stuff you do during the day here, you do a lot of the machinimas and stuff like that. So you've been zoomed in on everything.
Oh, super close, way too close.
Does Scylla get scary when she goes into Amazon?
Scylla's teeth is pretty scary.
Because I feel because when it comes to movies and scary stuff,
no, she's got some jacked up teeth. She needs some Invisalign or something like that. But besides that, no, she's not that terrifying.
Did you have Invisalign?
No, I've never had braces or a retainer. Look at.
Just kidding.
Look at these teeth, man. Never. So I'm gonna tell you a story. This is for all of your future kids or something like that. If you suck your thumb as a child, that inhibits messed up teeth because it pushes your front ones out and pushes these in. I sucked my 2 fingers. I shouldn't. All right. Well, internet.
I had braces, and they were pink, and I had them far too late. I had them like junior year of high school.
Oh yeah, that is.
Everyone had their braces when we were younger, and
When'd you get them off?
Senior year of high school.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Yeah, my teeth were generally fine, but it was just hilarious because everybody was like, yeah, I had braces when I was in 7th grade, 6th grade, or 7.
Yeah.
And I showed up out of the blue because my teeth weren't horrible; they just needed a little bit of fixing. I showed up out of the blue one day, and I was just like, if I gotta do it, I'm gonna do it. I got pink braces.
Yeah, that's
and I showed up boom.
So I don't like it when people get white braces because it looks like you have messed up teeth. But I know people do it, and I don't want to make them insecure.
There's one guy out there that's
no, there's thousands of people out there that have that. Anyway.
So Poseidon needs braces.
Yes.
Scylla needs braces.
Poseidon needs a foot job.
Freya doesn't need braces, but Freya needs to get
I need
whitening
to not
strips.
talk just for the next hour.
Have you ever seen, so Freya, she doesn't have the jagged teeth, but she has gross yellow teeth. It almost looks like she's wearing.
Really?
Yeah. The frostbitten skin of Freya looks like she's wearing a grill. She looks like Paul.
I've seen those pictures on the internet.
Yeah.
I know, chat. I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me right now. I meant when someone you get a boob job and you get new boobs and a foot job, but that's not how the internet works. So we're gonna. move on to the next topic, which is all right.
Trying to dodge bullets.
I'm just getting shot like crazy. I'm 50 Cent right now. Oh, I understand that he got shot a bunch. Haha.
How many times?
8.
9.
Yes. Oh no, 9. I thought you said nice.
No, I said 9. You got shot 9
So
times.
close. So
Come
close.
on, man.
All right. Next topic, away from whatever I was saying before. Most terrifying god in Smite. And we're going to say...
like when you're playing.
Yeah. So, not who you're playing, it doesn't matter. Just what god is the scariest to you when you're, like, there on the enemy team?
Fed Bakasura.
A Fed Bakasura is the scariest god.
Because you just can't get away. He ults you and you beads and you jump and then he jumps and then he's got Fatalis and left click and that's all he needs. He just and then
yeah, but I would say like a year ago when he was like really OP and his ult had like CC immunity for 6 seconds instead of 3.
That was so lame.
Hated Bakasura. He was so OP.
Everybody's afraid of Loki.
I'm not scared of Loki.
Well, the problem is Loki is scary. But Conquest, which is what we're kind of talking about, Conquest doesn't allow Loki the opportunity to become scary, right? So like it's scary because Loki just shows up and he's just like, whoop-ah,
They're
boom,
saying
boom,
Fed
whoop-ah.
Loki.
Yeah, and then in Conquest we just don't give Loki the option to get fed.
You're right.
So if you think about a fed Loki, just his ability to just jump on you and do the whole like rogue assassination thing, that's just kind of scary.
It's pretty scary. I think we've used up our curse words for the day.
But so where are you at with scary? Because you've given me the whole like, I guess so if you're a wiener. What scares you?
I think what scares me is like the gods that just have like kitchen sink kits.
Like Sun Wukong.
Yeah. When I see Sun Wukong, it's not scary in the sense of like, oh, I'm terrified. It's scary in the sense of like, I can't do anything and he's just gonna win. Like I have to. Luckily he got nerfed.
Yes, he did.
Thank goodness. Zeus, maybe new Zeus. Ooh, Medusa.
Yeah.
I think Medusa's pretty scary for me. I hate going up. If I am in the hunter role though, Xbalanque, don't know what it is, but I will never win against him.
You want to know? It's not Xbalanque for me. It's Sobek.
Ooh.
When you're laning as a hunter, I will always get flipped. I just will always get flipped. There's no. It's
good Sobek man is pretty scary
that
because at that
scares
early
me.
of the game, you don't have beads, right? You don't have your ult even. You're pretty much donezo.
You get flipped. You get CC'd by the hunter because hunters have CC.
Yeah.
And then you take minion damage, which is like 3/4 of your HP because minions are strong. And you're just like, whew, I got out of there. But I used all my potions. I have 10% HP, and he's gonna kill me next time he flips me. Right? Sobek scares me.
So, if I am in the mid lane, if I see Serket on the enemy team, I'm done. I'm staying in that tower forever. Because in the mid lane, you constantly get ganked. Even with like how the mid camps change, you're still getting ganked all the time. And she is like the best ganker. I don't know, like it's not even, people be like, well, don't leave tower. I'm not leaving tower, man. She leaps over, she ults me, throws me away from my tower, and then kills me by the time I know what's going on. Serket. I think Serket's one of the scariest gods anytime I see her.
Serket, I mean, she's super top tier. She's watch out for your money. Serket doesn't really, Serket doesn't scare me. I don't know. I see a Serket. I guess if I'm playing mid, I don't usually play mid unless I'm Chalk, and Chalk's not afraid of Serket. So that's the thing. That's really what it's come down to. That's my part of the conversation.
You're just never scared because you're always playing Chalk.
Duh. I mean, if you're just always Chalk, you're never afraid. So simple. Early Ymir. I see a lot of early Ymirs out there. Ymir early can be super frightening because I mean that was my whole thing. That's at the end of the day, I'm afraid of Blink because of the Ymir that follows it, right?
Yeah.
Like that was really my conversation. You get frozen, you get carpeted, and you get basicked, and you're basically dead.
I think the scariest thing about Ymir is that like from levels 1 to like 7. You can't get close, right? If there's a good Ymir on the enemy team, he will zone you out like 9 out of 10 times because you're just so scared of that freeze. That freeze is so strong early on. You can't get close.
It's the fact that the freeze and the carpet are guaranteed. The carpet is guaranteed after the freeze,
and it's so much damage.
And then you get the basic with the 100%, and it's damage, and then you're slow. So you're just like, oh, that hurt. I'm gonna run away.
And hope that he's not level 3, because then there's a wall in your face.
And then his homie is gonna hit you. Yeah. Red Pot Fenrir also. Red Pot Fenrir just.
Well, you just can't fight him. You just stop. Don't even try.
He doesn't give you the option.
You're getting
he jumps
invaded.
at you from a mile away.
Who do you think?
I got tooled up by a Fenrir the other day, and he just solo lane. He levels his jump, and you're like, okay, all right, I'm pretty safe. And then he lands on you, and you're not safe.
Who are you when you see someone on the enemy team? You're like, oh, I'm gonna get invaded.
Thanatos.
Thanatos always invade.
I mean, Thanatos. It's funny because I never invade when I play Thanatos, but I always think Thanatos invade, Bellona's gonna invade, Tyr's gonna invade.
Yeah, Tyr. I can see Tyr.
Yeah, I don't like that.
All right, now who's the scariest god in Smite based off of their lore? Now, a lot of gods are weird. Outwash is, the 9th circle of hell. It's just terrifying in general.
Totally.
But, oh yeah, you don't know mythology.
Yes, I do. My mom bought me a mythology book on the Greco-Roman tradition when I was a boy.
Aw. A wee lad.
I read...
Scylla? Yeah, Scylla's a sea creature born from Poseidon, I believe. That's pretty scary. But
children scare me.
The scariest god in Smite is between Zeus and Loki.
Isn't Loki just a prankster?
So, yes, but the stories behind Loki are very unique. Essentially, there's this one story of Loki, how he made this deal with this, not a blacksmith, but just a builder, and said that he could have Freya if he was able to build this wall around Asgard. Okay. So he made this challenge. All he could use was this
Asgard
smith.
That's where they took the hobbits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're on our way to Asgard. So I just made a super lame nerd joke.
So
lame. I'm sorry.
I was gonna let you just keep going, but
thank you so much.
I was gonna let you rock with it.
But okay, so if this builder was able to build a wall around Asgard, then he could have Freya. And no one thought they were gonna be able to do it. And then time comes and it's getting close to the deadline, and he's about to finish this wall. And all the other gods are freaking out. They're like, dude, what WTF?
Is that Pecky's? He's the scariest god in Smite.
So he says, so all the gods are starting to get mad at Loki. And they're like, Loki, Freya's about to be gone. She's awesome. She's the babe of Asgard. You can't let her take her.
Freya is awesome.
She is. She's also the goddess of everything.
Yeah.
She's well diverse.
Yep.
But, so Loki's like, crap, I gotta do something. How is this guy able to build this wall so fast? It's because this dude had a great steed, man. This horse, able to do whatever he wanted, to carry as much as he needed.
So it's Superman the horse.
Yeah. So Loki turns himself into a mare, female horse, for those of you that don't know. And
I thought you said mayor, mayor of the town. I create the rules. Freya is mine because I am the mayor. And that's the end of the show.
He's the mare.
Okay.
And he seduced the horse and then gave birth to an eight-legged horse, Sleipnir, and that became Odin's horse. And that's a terrifying story.
Eight-legged horse? Mm-hmm. That sounds like, you remember that movie? The movie with Courtney Cox's old husband, Eight-Legged Freaks! I bet you Dustin likes that movie. But so does the horse actually have 8 legs? Mm-hmm. Why is that not in Smite?
Because we're lame.
I want to see.
Yeah, see, chat. It's scary, right? That's actual
lore.
Not
that scary.
And then there's Zeus, right? Zeus who fell in love with a lady, was damn girl.
Isn't it many ladies?
Oh, many ladies, copious amount. But the specific lady, Prime, right? Favorite lady.
Sleipnir's a great name for a metal band.
He heard from the Fates that the child that would be born through him and her.
Who's the Fates?
There's these 3 Fates that could tell the past, present, and future.
So, like Ocarina of Time.
Exactly. So they say, if this woman gives birth to your child, that this child would be the one that usurps you. So Zeus took Uranus, or not Uranus, I'm sorry, different mythologies, Cronus, He killed Cronus, who was his father. It is pretty much like the cycle is going to repeat itself, right? He didn't want to do that. He wanted to stay the head of all the gods. So he swallowed the lady whole, just big and hungry. 9 months pass. He gets a giant headache. Vulcan, although Hephaestus in Greek mythology, cracks open his head, and Athena pops out fully grown with weapon and armor.
What?
And it was his favorite child.
Out of his head?
Yeah.
His?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not scary. That's just, I want the Cliff Notes. I'm just confused.
That is the Cliff Notes, pretty much.
Well, I don't know.
Did you not know that if you are able to swallow a lady whole, that you will give birth through your head? Learn it here first, kids. Who needs sex ed class when you got SMITE?
So, that's where Vort was invented. Anyway, one of the scariest things I think Agni's got a pretty scary backstory, but you always come back to Fenrir, right? He's just this dog. He's an out-of-control dog. Cujo was scary.
Son of Loki.
Sure. And, like, Cujo was really scary. Right? I mean, that was a book. That was a movie.
That's scary right there.
Pet Cemetery was
Books
scary.
terrify me.
Right? I know that. We can tell. Pet Cemetery was really scary. So anything having to do with like zombie dogs or like large aggressive, that's scary. And he like breaks out of these chains, right? And he bites the guy's hand off. That's Tyr. That's Tyr, interwoven, right?
Well, you know why he bit his hand off?
Because he chained him up.
Well, not with a chain, actually. It was with Glipnir.
With
the
two
ribbon.
chains? Glipnir?
Glipnir.
I thought that was the eight-legged horse.
Glipnir is. It's Norse. I mean, like you know. Right.
All right. So Glipnir. Glipnir?
Glipnir. Gleipnir.
Well, I'm glad I'm never gonna have to say that word. So he gets chained up with Glipnir.
It's a ribbon. It's a ribbon.
Oh.
A magical ribbon, and that's why he accepted to allow Tyr to like be tied up.
Because he's like, dog, it's just a ribbon.
Yeah, he was like, all right, but maybe you guys are gonna trick me. One of you has to put your hand in my mouth. And it was Tyr. All right, I'm sorry.
And then he bit his hand off, and then he, it's funny. You see that all the time at the circus, or like, a guy sticks his head in like a crocodile, and he doesn't bite it off.
I was like, what kind of circuses do you go to, man?
I mean, you'd think that these guys would have read the story of Fenrir, right?
Idiots. All of them.
Guess not. But so Fenrir really, like I said, dogs, a Pet Cemetery, Cujo, they scare me.
You are terrified of dogs, is what you're trying to say.
I love dogs, but...
Not big dogs.
I love big dogs, too. I think they're pretty neat. I just respect their distance. It's neat.
All right.
So Fenrir's pretty neat.
You really didn't know much about mythology at all, did you?
Well, when we were writing the show notes, I was like, all right, listen, this is going to be your section. I'm going to sort of follow the leader like Korn, and we'll figure it out. And, I mean, I knew Fenrir broke the chains and bit a dude's hand off.
He didn't break the chains, remember.
He broke the ribbons.
No, didn't break anything. He is trapped. The whole point of...
Like the horrible band from the 2000s?
Yeah.
Headstrong to take you on. How many trapped CDs did you have, Kelly?
0. I did have POD,
which
I didn't know was a religious band, but it makes total sense. Sum 41.
You are the youth of the nation.
The first 2 CDs I bought, no, 3, I'm sorry. First 3 CDs, I bought them all in like one. I'm going to say the best one first. System of a Down Steal This Album, which I did not steal.
That's fair.
Good Charlotte.
With the Clouds? Okay, that's fair.
And then Avril Lavigne.
All right.
I was a confused 12-year-old. I didn't know what rock was, but those 3 things were rock to me.
You bought the most punk rock looking things you could.
Yeah, exactly.
You saw guys with spiky hair, and you went, "Oh, good Charlotte, I'll buy it." You saw Sharpie.
Sum 41 does this look infected.
Yep.
I still love that CD.
It's a good record. It's a good CD.
All right, good.
Usually, this is where I would like to. This is where I, take a look at the show notes and see
where we are.
All right, top 3 gods and your scariest matchups.
Okay.
And now here's where I usually try to segue. All right, we're just talking about punk rock. Kelly, I've got nothing.
Nothing.
You drove us into the dead end.
What? So when you're rocking out to your favorite songs, and you're rocking out in SMITE, something jams up your groove. And that is the scariest matchup for your particular god. My 3 favorite gods...
Do you write scripts for an infomercial company?
I do. Isis, Hel, and Ymir.
Okay. Those are your 3 go-to gods?
Yes.
My go-to gods are definitely Thanatos, Chak, and Hebo. So Sometimes Freya, sometimes Teemo. The third one fluctuates, but I'm always, if I want to win, I'm going to play Thanatos or Chalk. And then Teemo, sure.
Okay. So, I'm going to let you start this off.
Alright, so basically we're talking about the scariest gods in Smite in general. But now, when it comes to these specific matchups, I mean, as Hebo, well, we'll start from Thanatos. Thanatos...
Who is the god that you like? If you are playing Thanatos, you're like, oh, I hope I don't see this person, and then you see them.
Bastet.
Bastet. Why? Because she can, like, kill you with cats before you can ult?
Well, it's the fact that the dot, it doesn't matter if I'm 20,000 feet in the sky, the dot's going to kill me. And it's weird because the slow I can get rid of with Sent to Death. So it's like, oh, she can't chase you now. Why are you so scared?
That's what you sound like when you're playing Smite.
That's exactly what it sounds like when you're playing Smite. But so you're like running away. You're like, meow, haha, I've got Sent to Death. Then you dash away, and then she just jumps on you, and you're like, well, I don't have anything, right?
Nothing.
And then you're like, all right, I'll Death Scythe, and you get some health back, and then the cats come out, and the cat scratch comes out, and you sit there, and you're like, I'm surrounded. I can silence the cats, but who cares? I can silence her, but she's already used her abilities.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ult. And you ult and you get out, and you've already dotted, and you just, it's the most deflating thing when you see yourself, you're like,
literally
when
deflating.
you die in the sky, it's just,
It's like when Apollo dies when he summons his chariot and you kill him before it gets laid, and then there's just like a destroyed chariot on the ground with the horses, and it's so like, oh, that's kind of
the
sad.
helicopter skin looks really cool. It's like,
Yes.
It's like Black Hawk Down, just in the middle lane. It's really good. So I mean, the Thanatos, I don't want to see. I just don't want to see the cats.
You want to trade off? I'll do mine now.
Yeah, sure.
All right, playing Isis in the mid lane.
You're afraid of Thanatos.
No, not Thana. I would say I would pick another mid laner to say who I'm like super scared against. Not a jungler, because I already said Serket. I'm not a big fan of Serket.
Mm-hmm.
God, I don't know. I always say Giannis.
Well, that's the case for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you, and he's like, I walk through walls, bro.
Because like you can't do too much with her ult because he can just portal out of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I believe his portal still works on Isis's Wing Gust, which is like one of her OP things. Like she can't get knocked up if she's doing it. But maybe I'm mistaken.
She can get silenced.
Anubis, no, I prefer to go up against Anubis if I'm Isis, because Anubis is one of the only mid lane gods that you can silence and it does something.
Because you sit, well, sure, and also you sit there, you're like, ha ha, ha ha,
Yeah.
try and wrap me, bro. I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place.
And if he does his Plague of Locusts, you can just stun him.
As an Isis, you know who else you should be afraid of? Chalk mid.
Well,
Chalk mid.
I was afraid that you were going to say that.
Well, you can't. Hey, I'll give you a high five for that one. Chalk mid is just brutal. I mean, against the, you just, okay, I'm going to silence him. He's already hit you with the axe and torrented you. So you silence me, right? And I'm just hitting you in the face. And I'm healing up. I'm hitting you in the face. And then you start your second Wing Gust, and I silence him with my ult. Chalk mid, baby. Chalk mid, baby.
All right, you're Chalk. Who do you hate going up against as Chalk?
No one.
What?
No one.
If you're in the solo lane, you're not scared of anybody?
No one.
If you're in the mid lane, you're not scared of anyone?
If I'm in the mid lane, I don't like to go up against Jean Quay.
Jean Quay?
Because I can't bully him. Because he's just like, because by going with Chalk in the mid lane, you're like, bro, look at me. I'm tougher than you. I'm stronger than you. And John Quay comes to lane and he's like, and you're just like, well, that's my whole jam. My whole thing is to bully you and kill you. And you are like super thick. So I cannot touch you. I cannot touch you. So the old Zonger, Officer John Quay, is who I'm afraid of in the mid lane, without a doubt, as Chalk mid. But that's it. No one else. You can put almost literally kind of almost anybody else in the mid lane. And I said that just in case somebody gives me the tricky matchup. But I really just not afraid. Any mage, I'm just like, whatever, dude. Giannis, whatever, dude. No problem. Just
Fair enough. I guess as a warrior, you're probably not too scared of much anyway, because you can just live.
oh no, the junglers come in. Word. The rain god! And I'll just walk. That's like how you do it. You sit there in the first quadrant and like, oh, there's a Thor, I'll hit 3, turn around and hit W and walk onto my tower. Like that's
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
it's just a ZK. So
Hell's gonna be easy for me, Chunka. Chunga. If I pick hell, and I would always, anytime I played ranked, which I don't do anymore, I would, I picked solo, and they'd be like, okay, who do you want? I'm like, no, I need to pick last. They're like, no, I want to pick last. Who do you want? I'm like, hell. I'm like, please don't pick Chunga, please don't pick Chunga. And then we see Chunga. Like, even if they're not good with Chunga, they can still beat me with Chunga.
Why is that?
Anti-healing. Although that, kind of got nerfed. Well, not,
They should give Shock anti-healing.
You can't have healing and then oh wait, no, that's Chunga.
That's who you're complaining about, so I mean, I guess that makes sense, right?
Chimichanga. Not a big fan. Especially with that skin.
No, the worst one is VEW from the Bumblebee.
Woohoo! That one?
No, the bee, amusing crab.
What does he do?
Crab. He goes,
I thought you were doing Cupid Bee. I like that skin.
Why would I ever talk about stupid Cupid? See how original I am?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Stupid Cupid.
I feel pretty good about that.
Thumbs down. Thumbs down. My last one is going to be Hebo, which is quite the opposite of Chalk. So Chalk mid, I'm not afraid of nobody. I doesn't afraid of anything. Jungle Hebo, which is usually where I play Hebo with. I'm afraid of literally everything. Are you a 4 level behind Thanatos, word, you scare the hell out of me.
Yeah, no,
I don't want to deal with it.
Because one death scythe is still going to hurt you.
I just don't want to deal with it.
Hellboy used to be my least, if I matched up against him, I was like, no!
He's just so easy to smack.
Yeah, but he also has, really good poke, and that's...
Yeah. If you get the jump on somebody, if you just come up and you're like, boom, boom, and then hit him with the Taylor Swift, they're just dead.
Wait, what did you call it?
The Taylor Swift? You don't remember that video?
No. Yeah.
It's the trouble song.
I'm sorry, I don't remember it. Can you sing it again?
Nope.
Oh.
It's the trouble when you walk away.
Yeah, okay, I totally know what you're talking about.
But in the old days, he was old, so it would be more like the ooh, ooh.
Can that be made into a GIF, please?
Chris already has 4 of them.
I hope so.
For a while, so when they first started just taking GIFs of me or whatever, I tried my best to just be like, hello, I'm Tom, and I'm not gonna move because you're screwed. And then after they even found the stuff there.
Yeah,
so I was like, you know what? I'm done. And now it's just all out. You know what?
It's too annoying to try and be attractive all the time. It's too much effort.
It just says you. I'm still attractive in these GIFs. Don't get me wrong.
GIF.
Yes. GIF.
So when you buy someone a present, you buy them a gift?
No.
Oh no. What?
But
you just said that it's GIF.
So the animals with a super long neck that eat things off of trees and have black tongues are called giraffes?
Yeah.
I know you said you were terrified of books, Kelly, but we gotta fix this, okay? They're giraffes. Alright?
Giraffe, so it should be called a GIF.
No, it should be GIF.
So it's a GIF-raff.
If you had a moving image of a giraffe, I guess you would call it a GIF-raff.
Alright, Amir. Who am I afraid to go up against as Amir? I think either Athena, because her taunt is the only reason that I wouldn't be able to zone someone out. And I don't like Sylvanas.
Sylvanas sucks.
Not a big fan going up against him.
Yeah, again, with Ymir, it's anybody that has mobility, because...
Ares, nah, I'm not afraid of Ares.
Ymir just doesn't have any movement. So it's just all right, bro. Ymir comes and you're crafty enough to avoid the freeze. Mm-hmm. And as when I'm playing jungle, Ymir is super scary until that freeze is on cooldown.
Yeah.
Because the second he misses, it's just word, I am Thanatos, I'm going to smack you and speed up. Oh, word, you put up a wall? Well, I'll have to go around. But if I'm Thor, I'm going to just throw my hammer and chase. Mm-hmm. And Ymir's just nah, bro.
People are saying Geb. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeb. Jeb, you know what, Jeb. I definitely give it to Jeb because the cleanse on his shield, that sucks against an Ymir. So we're actually running out of time. We only have about 12 minutes. And we have the last topic of the spooky stuff.
What'd you stuff for?
You were...
I'm trying to find other gods whose name begin with G to punk you with.
There's none.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure? Mm-hmm. Is it just Geb?
Who?
shit.
So, who do you want to see in your solo queue? Or who do you not want to see in your solo queue? So when you're queuing up for SMITE, casual, ranked, whatever, who is the person that you see on the enemy team or your team and you're just like, no!
Oh, man. There's so many. Because one of the cool things...
Guan!
Guan, yeah. Guan is actually how you say it. Damn it.
I forgot about Guan, but...
It doesn't really help me out.
He really plays
Guan Yu!
Guan Yu.
I would like... So, I tweeted out a picture the other day. It was apparently from Hearthstone. It is a monkey with a lance or a spear riding a hippopotamus.
Ooh. Wait, like real life?
It was a painting.
Oh.
This has to happen. This absolutely has to happen.
In SMITE or just in life?
Both. I need to have this as a skin in SMITE, and if somebody wants to do that for me and put a monkey on a hippo, I'm totally down. I'm totally down. But, so these are the two skins that I want to pitch. I want to pitch that, and I want to pitch a monkey on top of a gorilla for Sylvanas. Because I like monkeys.
Okay.
If you don't know, I'm in the monkey clan.
But they're not monkeys.
They are.
If it would be like a chimpanzee.
They are primates. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, so, you know.
Because I would imagine you would want like...
Monkey's the colloquialism.
Mm-hmm.
It works.
Okay.
So who do I not want to see in my individual solo queues?
Yeah, if you...
A monkey on a hippo? Actually, I really do want to see that in my solo queue. But realistically speaking, when I used to play in the early morning, so I used to stream 7 a.m. on Tier Monster. Zapman used to stream 7 a.m. on SMITE Game. I am not as good as Zapman.
What?
I know, right?
But Zapman went to Worlds, and that's why he won Worlds.
You're almost there, Kelly.
I don't remember that meme. That was so long ago.
Right? Yeah. Anyway, Zapman. I would just, and it was just every day. Like, 3 games in a row, and this was when, like, he didn't know who the hell I was, right? So it was just like, why is this starting to my game again? Like, every day at 7 a.m., just going up against a Zapmeister, and would just get zapulated. I got rocked.
You know what? I think I like it more when there's a top player on the enemy team, but
Just say your excuses there.
Yeah. But I hate it when there's a top player on my team because I know I'm going to let everyone down.
Yeah.
I like somehow, some way queued up and I had Zapman on my team and it was going up against Lassus. Matchmaking. And I went like, and Lassus was playing Jungle Poseidon.
I like Jungle Poseidon, don't front.
And I had to play jungle because it was like the only role that was left, and I'm awful at jungle, let alone on the top level play.
I would let you play Cupid Arena on my competitive team.
Aww. Anyway, so here I am getting doo-dooed on, like 0-12, right? And I'm just profusely apologizing to Zapman. Just like, dude, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
It doesn't matter, right? Like, he doesn't care. He's laughing at it, and I'm just like apologizing over and over and over again. And then something happened.
Oh, boy.
On Lassus.
Oh.
Now, to be fair, it was probably a KS, but I don't care, because when you're going up against a pro player, even if you go 1-13, as long as if that 1 is on the pro player.
I got my 1. I got my 1.
Just like that.
I'm straight. Come at me. I got my 1. That's you. That's what you do.
That's me?
I've heard you say it.
It's true. It's true. Fair enough.
So, I mean, when you go with the pro, it's... the pros of the other team, it's just like, man, the only reason I went 1-10 is because that man's on the other side.
What am I supposed to do?
And then you look at our history, and we're both like 2-10 for the past 5 games. But with that one, we have an excuse. I mean, what's up, man? What do you expect? So I still like to go against that. And then there are like people that I see repeatedly because like I have played like a bazillion Conquest games, right?
Yeah.
So my elo is pretty established, and I'm gonna see the similar people. The Banana Man terrifies me.
The Banana Man?
The Banana Man, and there's a guy I frequently play with a group of like 3 to 4 people.
Uh-huh.
And so we get in like the big group queues a lot. There's a guy. It's Scott. His name is just Scott. Scott, right? And he's got like 3 to 4 people that are with him in the Scott clan. But Scott is not in the Scott clan. Not in the Scott clan. So you get these like 3 to 4 people with clan tag Scott, and then their leader Scott Without the clan tag, he's in like...
Because that's how good he is.
He's in like C9 for the win. Like he's in a different clan. He's in just... But they all just worship the Scott man. And he just comes and like... You know, I usually jungle and he's just like, I'm the Scott man. He just kills me all the time. He is my arch nemesis. Scott, if you're watching this...
I thought Banana Man was your arch nemesis.
Nah, it's truly Scott. Banana Man's a pain. But we go back and forth. But Scott and the Scott clan... Oof. Can't handle.
Damn it, Scott.
Can't handle.
What a jerk.
I love those people that you see time and time again.
Yeah, no, the thing that sucked is when I streamed, I don't even remember the guy's name, but I had this one person that would stream snipe me every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day. Like...
Was it your mod?
No, it wasn't a mod. It wasn't anything like that. It was just some dude that, like, would... And I even, like, to the point where I sent him a message, I'm like, hey, man, like, I get it. It happens sometimes, but, like... 3 times a day, and I stream Monday through Friday. Can't you? And if it
was it me?
No.
Okay.
And if he's on the enemy team, he's gonna focus me. And if he's on my team, he's gonna feed. So, not a big fan of that.
I remember when you were streaming, like way before, probably before I even did content, when I was just watching. Mm-hmm. I would watch the whole like the power block of like you, etc. Right? It was like
me,
you,
Bar, Dry Bear, and D and Brandon.
Yeah. And it would just, like, I'd be in Mumble with my bros, watching Smite game and, like, playing Smite. And we would get in your game a couple of times, and I was just like, oh, shit. They're going to think I'm, like, this sniper. But really, we were just the same, like, mediocre.
Yeah, no, there's people that you queue up with all the time, and that's just what happens.
Yep.
And then there's someone that you'll pick different queues in different game modes, and then they're in every single one. It's just like, no, this is impossible.
Yeah.
But then I would always just shut my mouth because I didn't want to let them know that they were bothering me.
Of course.
Yeah. He was like, it's so much fun. This guy again. That's a weird coincidence.
Is that how you talk?
That's how I talked then. Because you couldn't be BM. You couldn't be salty. You always had to, like, smile and crap.
I remember that pretty vividly. Well...
I went 0-10 again.
That's
oopsie daisy.
I've been there.
5 minutes left on the show. Let's go over our last topic.
What's that?
And it is actually nothing to do with Smite.
Word.
We're going to come off of that. And it's going to be the scariest thing that has ever happened to us. You want to start or do you want me to start?
You can start because I want to see what kind of scary... I mean, I grew up in New York. There's
this is a story. So I'm not very superstitious, don't believe in ghosts, demons, etc. But... one of the only supernatural experiences I ever had as a child has stuck with me.
Supernatural.
It was. If you live in Florida, you always go on a class trip in middle school or early high school to, St. Augustine. St. Augustine, the oldest settlement in the east. Right?
Got it, right.
And we were coming back from that, and it was like this wooded area. It was a giant bus. I went to a private school, so we had like a big like charter bus or whatever. Mm-hmm. And there was this crash. It was only a 2-lane road, so you couldn't like go around it or anything, right? And it was just like stopped. And it was getting really, really late. 10, 11, pitch black, right? Very little street lights. We were in some wooded area. And like we're stopped. We don't know what's going on. All these kids, we're in 7th grade. We're just making noise and ruckus. And I'm just getting kind of bored because, there's no video games in front of me. I just don't know what to do. Right? And we were like, an hour passes by and we don't know what's going on. And I'm sitting with my friend next to me, and I look to the left, and there's this lady, old lady, wearing all white, walking down the road.
Okay.
And I look to my friend, and I'm like, what is this lady doing? We think that maybe she's walking to, like, the car to see what it is. And my friend sees her, too. And she's like, man, old lady must be crazy. But
so your friend saw her?
Yes, my friend, and that's, yes.
Because, there's the obvious foreshadowing. She's wearing white, oh my God, she's dead, right? But the fact that your friend saw her bugs me out.
Exactly. And she had like an ethereal glow about her. She was wearing all white, and she just walked towards, and we lay like 5 minutes goes by, and this cop comes up. He's going to every car and says like, sorry, only yellow buses can go by. That's why we weren't able to drive through. And someone just died up ahead, and that's why they had to get like, the trauma hawk and that kind of stuff picked up.
Hawk?
That's when someone is like life threatened, they'll take the hawk and fly in and like take them out. That's called a trauma hawk. A helicopter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, a hawk. A hawk goes, and lands and carries them off.
Wait, whoa, I missed that one. What does the hawk do? That one was much more diluted. I hope y'all got the first one. But okay, hey man, they have like carrier pigeons and stuff.
That's scary scary as a child, or like to not know what the hell that was. It was just very supernatural, and that's always like kind of stuck with me. I guess it wasn't really spooky, it was more surreal. I've been like rear-ended by a semi-truck as a child. That's scary.
That's scary.
But
yeah, I mean that's sort of why I was asking, right? Because like I've been in like dangerous neighborhoods and been that stuff, and I got into a car accident once where my car went woo. But woo.
See, okay, I'm glad we made fun of each other. We both make stupid sounds with stupid faces, as long as if it's play. Make a gif of that, everyone.
So, well, actually, that's probably the least embarrassing one coming from this episode for me. So, I'm thinking back to the old Taylor Swift. Anyway, I've had. It's interesting. Like, I don't not believe in like ghosts and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like, my mind is open to it, but a lot of it to me is like, come on, dude. If they existed, those dudes on the Learning Channel or the Sci-Fi Channel would have already found it. Like, there's 27 million Ghost Hunter episodes, right? Yeah. Like, if they were real, somebody, like, they've been hunting ghosts for, like, 20 years. They're gonna find it, right? I mean,
they've been hunting ghosts for, like, thousands of years, right? Like, there has to have been something.
Exactly. But there's one thing that I can never really explain. So, growing up, my family used to visit. There was, like, my aunt was stupid rich, and they had this, like...
Was she stupid and rich, or was she just, like, really rich?
I want to call her stupid, but she really was intelligent. She's just an ignoramus. Anyway, sprawling estate. We're talking, like, the size of a small town like Alpharetta.
Wow.
Right? Like, a sprawling estate. We're acres on acres on acres, and it's all around this, like, main campus of, like, there's the main mansion, which nobody lived in, and it had, like, the long driveway with the fountain, like, stereotypical mansion. And then the rest of it were like little cottages where that's where people went. That was their summer homes. And my family wasn't there. It was the other side of the family. We would just visit. We are not on the side of that family. So they had like, you know, quail farms and forests and like just all sorts of ridiculous rich people stuff. But the mansion, it was like 8 sisters or something, and there was like 8 houses plus the mansion. Obviously nobody got the mansion. That's unfair. Nobody lived in it. And there was one night I was hanging out with my cousin. We're chilling, just walking in the fields, and we see like a light go on and like homie walk past. And then on the complete other side, like that's like floor 2. And then floor 1, like homie walk past. And we're like, nope. And like I just looked right.
But couldn't there have just been 2 people in the house? Or in the mansion?
Yes, but one, it's late, and it's old peopleville, you would say, so everybody's asleep at like 10. There's no TV for them to even watch, like Wheel of Fortune, so old peopleville's already sleeping. And so I just look at my cousin Alessandra when I look at her, and I'm like, did you? And she goes, yeah. And I was like, ooh. And then we're like 11, 12, so naturally, let's go.
Oh, yeah,
and
right?
we hit it up, and it's like, you know, half a mile driveway. We finally get there, we're like, we go to open the door, and like, we just look in, it's like, you know, old mansion, never been touched, and we look, and we're like, see any ghosts? Nope, me neither, see you later, we just walk away. But like I said, I mean, I don't like hardcore believe in them, I don't not believe in them, but that was enough for me to like, no, I'm not going. Like, I'm just not going in there. It was just too creepy. Too creepy.
Yeah, that sounds creepy. All right.
It was too creepy.
Well, chat, it is actually 5:02. We went over our time, but that's what happens when you're just talking about SMITE and hanging out. Hopefully you all enjoyed the second episode of Out of Combat, a show that's casually based. We don't want to do too much. Well, like most.
We're just chilling. We're just chilling.
Yeah, we're just chilling, talking about SMITE because we have a lot of esports content shows. We have a lot of like fan art, cosplays, video shows, and we just wanted to do something that's like chill.
So next week we've been toying with the idea. I've seen a lot of people in chat. I actually haven't discussed this with Kelly yet. So
yay! Surprises!
But basically, our next episode, I figured, why not do the rewind? A lot of people in chat were talking about like, oh, the release of Guan Yu, I missed the bongos and stuff, and like maybe you don't know what the hell the bongos are.
Okay.
So we can sort of like look back at where SMITE came from.
Isn't that what we did episode 1?
That's exactly what we did episode 1. Well, we'll figure something different.
All right, everyone. Tweet us at Hi-Rez Kelly and at f.ny and let us know what you want to see for the 3rd episode of, I was about to say SMITE Showcase, but Out of Combat.
I'm not Andy.
I am Kelly.
Aha. So we'll catch you guys next week. If you missed this episode, well, you're watching it on YouTube. That's what I was going to say. You can catch our past episodes on YouTube and our current episodes right here, 4 o'clock on Mondays. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next Monday. Peace.